Why are you failing on your fitness journey? Why? What are you doing on your fitness journey to where you either have plateaued or you might even backslid? You're putting on weight. You just don't notice those gains anymore. When we start our fitness journeys, especially the first couple of weeks, that thing be jumping out the gym. Boom. Let's just say you come in there, you're 195. Yeah, you hold a little weight on your hips and your fupa, your belly, all that's just hanging. And then you get in that gym, boom, 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 boom. Week 1, boom, you lose 3 pounds. Week 2, we lose 4 pounds. Boom. Oh, girl, I'm 188 now. The next thing you know, the next week come by. You only lose 1 pound that week. Now you're at 187. And another week come by. Boom, you about a month and some change in now. But you notice that that pound you lost, now just a half a pound. You 186. Going into week 7, oh my God, you back to 188 and a half. You're like, wait a minute now. I'm doing everything that I was doing. What's happening? And then eight weeks in, 2 months, boom, you're back to 190. What the hell didn't happen? Huh? Relax, guys. It could be a couple of things, but in my travels, in my training, the GOAT coach, 4.0 fit, personal trainer. I've been doing this for some years, guys. A lot of people, a lot of these trainers, let me refrain from that. Because I'm not a trainer basher, but I am a method basher. So I'm not going to say trainers because then y'all going to instantly start thinking, who's he talking about? I'm not talking about nobody. I'm talking about methods. When it comes to training a person, to me, in my opinions, one of the biggest things, and I'm going to talk about 3. And like I say, stick around to the last one because this is probably what most people suffer from. And it's I'm not going to say it's an easy fix, but it's something that you can do about it. Okay. So the first one is when you first start training. I just kind of gave you a hint. When you first start training, a lot of the weight you lose is excess water weight. You're not really getting into the fat deposits to shrink your fat cells to make you lose that weight that way. You're losing body water weight that you were already holding. And that's still weight. Weight is weight. And that's the difference between fat burning and losing weight. Burning fat, you're burning an energy source that your body stores. That's different from random water. And keep in mind, guys, our bodies are 80% water or liquid. I'm not going to say just, tap water. But our bodies are made of 80% water. Just look at it like that from that point of view. So if you're holding excess water outside the 80%, it adds to your weight. So when you first start your journey, a lot of the weight that you lose in the beginning is water weight. And you can lose that rapidly, especially by elevating your heart rate, being into a caloric deficit, or like I say, doing high intensity trainings where you're sweating and you're losing some of it thermally. And this happens to all of us, and it kind of tricks you because you jump out there, you lose all this weight the first couple of weeks, and then it slows down. So when it slows down, though, what's happening then is it's the weight versus, it's the body fat versus muscle. So depending on what type of training that you're doing, you could be burning fat, but you could be also putting on muscle. And if you're putting on muscle and you're burning fat, that weight is going to cancel each other out. It's going to cancel, those two substances are going to cancel each other out. So that scale is not going to show that much. That's why it's good to tape measure. It's good. Using clothes, I call them gold pants, not GOLD, GOAL. This is very important. Write this one down. Get you a pair of pants that you know is maybe a half a size too small. Put those pants on. You might not be able to buckle them up, or some cases I got that thing back there, got that wagon dragging. You might not be able to get them over your dude. And if you can't do that, you know that, okay, I'm not there yet. But no matter what that scale says, if you try to put those pants on every week, eventually a time will come if you're doing things right where you can put those pants on, no matter what that scale says, because you was burning fat. 5 pounds of fat looks like this. 5 pounds of muscle looks like this. So the space that they occupy on your body is drastically different. It's about a fourth to a third of the space that muscle takes up rather than fat. So you could be losing fat, gaining muscle, and being able to lose inches all at the same time. This is fact. So reason number one is you're probably burning a lot of water weight from the beginning. So that might be a reason that you see that your fitness journey stalls out. Reason number two, the program just isn't for you. I mean, it just isn't for you. Once again, when you first start, if you're doing, and this is no knock to group, but if you're doing group, you're doing we call in the industry a cookie cutter or one size fits all. And a lot of people up under the premise, you elevate the heart. If you elevate the heart rate for a sustained amount of time, you're gonna burn fat stores and you're gonna lose weight. Does not work that way. I mean, it really doesn't. It's a fine line, and I'm not saying you won't from the jump, but it's a fine line with lifestyle that comes in there. If you're doing what everybody else does, this person right here might see more benefit from it than you, or vice versa, depending on your body type, depending on your lifestyle. It's just not conducive to your lifestyle. I think that's the right word. When it comes to training and you and versus another individual, your training has to be custom to what the goals that you set for yourself, in my opinion. Meaning that just because this person right here is fit, you might be a little bit overweight. We got different goals. You know, you're in your maintenance level. I'm on my weight loss journey. So those same workouts that everybody doing, they're gonna affect everybody differently. So to some degree, even if you are in a group setting, you're gonna have to customize workouts for you and your goals. Meaning that it's okay to do group if you're doing a group, but outside of that, when you train on your own, you have to say, okay, I'm trying to do this. A lot of group workouts, they're either going to be aerobic or high intensity, and some of them are anabolic. If these words are foreign to you and your trainer don't know what these words mean, then you are really not in the right place. You need to come holler at the GOAT, man. Real talk. So if you're trying to lose weight, a lot of times you do want to burn body fat. Let's use the right terminology. If you want to burn body fat, you might want to be in an aerobic state, doing aerobic type exercises. If you want to do it and keep your muscle, you want to be in an anabolic burn. You want to use your body fat as energy to burn. So outside of that, guys, if you're looking at it from what a workout for everybody does, you might not be reaping the benefits of this workout because it might not be the best training for you. Okay, so that's two reasons. You're doing first one. Excuse me. The first one, your reason that your body fat. Excuse me. The first reason that your fitness journey might stall is because you lost water weight, and really, and maybe I used the wrong word, but the weight might stop. You might stop losing weight. Let me say that. It's because you're in a stage where you're building muscle as well. So it might not be stalling from a progress point of view. That scale just ain't changing. And like I said, it might be because you just burnt the water weight, and now it's getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay, so that's the first one. You burnt all your water weight up, and now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and things seem like they have stopped. Second, you are doing a program that not designed for you. You're doing a program that's everybody in the gym is doing. And like I said, depending on where you're at with your fitness journey, it might not be the best for your body type. You could be ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, another terminology. If your trainer doesn't know your body type, or you can identify the body types that you might be, because a lot of times, a lot of us are more than one body type. A lot of times we might be an endomorph, a mesomorph, or ectomorph and endomorph. We might be a little bit of two of them. Like I say, these are things that a trainer should know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they're a good trainer, that they should know. And depending on your body type, you might have to work the training that way for that person. And if everybody's doing the exact same thing in the gym, then that might not be the optimal workout for you. And the last one, guys, I'm glad if you guys stayed around, I know it does get a little scientific, but that's just the method that if you really want to see progress that you got to go through. And the last one, why you might see your fitness journey stalling is your nutrition sucks. You break down on your nutrition, you break down on what you're eating, aka your diet, and you cannot out train a bad diet. And what happens is, once again, in the beginning, you're losing that weight because a lot of it's water weight. And then you might even start off with a meal plan, but you see you're losing that weight, then you start cheating a little bit. You start cheating a little bit, maybe that first, second, third week, and you still see gains. So you're like, I ate me a little piece of fried chicken or some mac and cheese, and I still lost. So now your mind, you're setting in dangerous ideas for your fitness journey. Your mind's telling you that, hey, we lost weight. We kind of ate outside the meal prep or the meal plan, and we still saw gains. But now that you're getting into where you're trying to dig into those fat stores, and that water weight is gone, it's not conducive to what you're doing. Now what's going on is you're holding on to those surplus calories, and you let your nutrition go, and you're trying to train you in there doing this, doing that, and doing this and doing that and doing all that. And yeah, you're sweating. Yeah, you feel tired, but those excess calories, your TDE is not higher. The TDE is higher. I mean, not higher than your surplus, the calories that you're bringing in. So if you're bringing in, and your daily caloric intake is let's just say, and that's what your DCI is, daily caloric intake, versus your total calorie expenditure. If you're bringing in more calories than what you're taking out, meaning you might go yam on a workout, you might go yard. Let me just go real ham. Let's just say you burn 600 calories. I'm gonna give you 7. And that 700 calories is a soda and a damn bag of chips. That's over with. So you go in the car, you get home, or you stop at the gas station, you get you some Lay's and you get you a Coke or whatever. You done put all that back on, just like that. Boom. All that what you just went through is back on. And I think, let me see, plus 400 plus 3, you probably done put on an extra. Not only have you put all that back, you probably putting on an extra 50 calories too, just from that one snack meal. So nutrition, dialing in your macros and staying with them, being consistent. That's where, man, we talk about the mind power, how strong the mind is earlier. That's where your brain power has to kick in. You have to stay disciplined with your diet. Diet is 90% of the reasons why fitness journey fails. Once you get working out, going in there training with your trainer, or if you're doing group or if you're doing it by yourself, once you get that emotion, you're consistent with that. A lot of times you're gonna see gains, you're gonna see goals. But when you lock that in with your nutrition and you keep that nutrition is just as high priority as that workout, that's when the real magic starts. I promise you. I've been doing this, guys, for a decade. You will. Make sure I ain't telling no. I've been doing it a decade, but I showed up, found my swag about 8 years ago. About 8 years ago, I dialed everything in. I figured it out. I went through the out trying to, because I used to run a lot. So I went through the stage of trying to out train the diet. And with me, where I had the advantage at, I literally used to work out about 4 hours a day. By the time you add in my running that I used to do, I used to run 5 to 7 miles every day. Then I would go to the gym, work out at the gym, and get on the treadmill. So I was literally out training a diet, but it came at a cost. I mean, I really had no life then. Everything was damn Groundhog Day. Work out, train, eat, sleep, repeat. it was literally like that. And it's not a quality of life that the average person wants to lead. But I was really in go mode. Rocky IV. If you ever saw the movie Rocky IV, he went to Russia. He was just detached from everybody. I was soul searching, going through a rough time with my family, and I was just on another level. And that's not. I wouldn't advise going through what I went through to anybody. Like I said, I took the rough road, but I learned a lot about macros. I learned a lot about nutrition along the way. I studied. I did my research, and once I figured out what my BMR was, and what my body needed to sustain in surplus calories and being in calorie deficient to burn calories that way too. Once I figured out that math, the sweet science started. And I really, it wasn't 6 months after I figured out everything for me that I dialed in the best body ever for me. I had 6-pack abs. I had serrated obliques. I had back muscles looking like mumps, traps. I mean, I really could have stepped on stage. I was supposed to do it. I just didn't have enough confidence in myself because I was so much of a, I could say, achiever. I'm so competitive. I didn't think I could win. But in retrospect, looking at those old pictures, I would kill to look like that again. I look real good. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't know. I was a horn tooter hitting some dope. Which one? But horn like I went like that. But anyway, I was in retrospect looking at some of my old pictures back then, back in like 2019, 2018. I look great. I really did. It was a piece of art. It really was. So once I figured it out, and that's knowledge that's always up here. When it comes to dialing in, I was doing my meal. I used to literally have 20, 21. Hold on, get it right. Yeah, no, because I had 3 a day. And I took my rest. I had 18. I had 21. I had 20. I used to make 20. I used to make 20 meal preps. I have a row of 6, 3 columns. So 18. Then I would have 2 more. So I would make 20, and I would put them in the freezer. And then every night before, I would take out the 3 that I wanted to eat for that day. But the other 2 was on Saturdays. I only ate 2 on Saturdays, and Sunday was my cheat day. A cheat meal, not the whole day, but cheat meal. So I literally used to have deep freezers. Excuse me. I used to literally have deep freezer full of meal preps, and then I used to the night before because they were solid, frozen solid. Like last night, I would have took my other 2 out, letting them sit. So by the time the daytime came, they would still be cold, but they wouldn't be frozen solid. And if it was in the summertime, when I go to the gym, I would take one with me. I would put it in the on the dash of my car, and when I'm in the gym, keep close to the windows up. When I get back out there, that thing would be smoking hot, like literally hot, like you warmed it up in the oven because it's summertime, heat coming through the windshield, cars in there. So I know I'm kind of rambling now, but I'm just telling you how I did it. Like I was real strict with my diet. I did not venture outside of my cheat meal. I didn't cheat. I drank water every now and then. I drink Coke Zeros, so I didn't drink no regular Cokes. Sugar was to the minimum. My morning cup of coffee with 2 scoops of sugar. That's it. And other than that, man, it was hard body. It was hard body. It was gnarly workouts, training, strict nutrition, and I was able to dial in the best body ever under those conditions. So that's my last tip. While your fitness journey might have stalled out or come to a complete stop, is because your nutrition is not right. And that is a major part of your fitness journey. Some people say 80%. I put it more at 50-50. On a bad day, I say 60-40, but both of them play their role in your journey because sometimes you can lose weight with nutrition, but if you're not training, you'll still be more skinny fat than having nice lean muscle to etch out your physique. And when it comes to your physique, you want your muscles to be optimized. You don't want to be flat. You want to have a little pump to it. You want to have a little, guys, you want to have a little roundness. Ladies, you want to have the curve. So all that's achieved through weights. You can't achieve that through nutrition. Nutrition just helps you with the balance between body fat and how much your body fat you're holding. You can definitely slim down with your nutrition, but to get that look, you're going to have to use some fitness training of some sort. So, guys, I hope you like this version of Coffee with Coach, the weekend edition. Why your fitness journey might have stalled out or came to a complete stop, and I gave you tips on how to fix it, okay? So tip number one, if you remember, well, just a summary. I should say this is a summary of everything we just talked about. If it seems like your weight has stalled out, if you want a weight loss journey and everything to start out, keep going. If you know you're eating okay, keep going. Use your tape measure. Use you some gold pants. Number two, if you're doing group or you're doing like a one size fit all type workout that you saw on the internet, make sure that your workout is conducive to your goals. If you're trying to lose weight, you shouldn't be lifting weights a lot. You should be doing more of aerobic style, more HIIT style workouts. And if you're trying to bulk and put on some muscles, vice versa, you shouldn't be doing aerobic, doing a lot of running, doing a lot of cardio. You should be hitting that iron. Ladies, if you want curves, excuse my French, you want to build your ass up, get a nice looking ass, what you need to do is you need to do squats, you need to do donkey kicks, you need to do hip thrusts. You don't need to be doing a lot of jumping around and doing a lot of cardio and a lot of HIIT style training. That's not going to build your booty up. That's going to burn. That's going to burn fat. Keep in mind, when you do those type of exercises and you heart rate's real high, you also burn muscle. Now, the ratio to fat to burning muscle is definitely different. Your body's going to always go to the fat stores first. But you are burning muscle in the process. Do not let your man, listen. If your trainer is telling you that you're building and you're doing cardio or HIIT style workout, they're doing you a disservice. They're not doing their due diligence by you. If you want to get that ass, get that peach zone straight, you're gonna have to do squats, and it got to be on a little medium to the medium heavy side of what you're doing, anywhere between maybe 4 to 6 reps of you really exerting some energy to do it. Will put you in a sweet spot for that. And if you can't do it, if that's like a little too heavy for you, you can go between 8 and 12 reps with a lot of weight. Just make sure that when it comes to the eccentric and the concentric part of the movement, that you're getting a lot of dynamic range between that. Once again, if I'm talking over your head, you're not talking to the right person if you don't understand what I'm saying. Go talk to them about it. Say, well, this is what Coach Steve Flo said. They don't understand what I'm saying. They can't get it. Then they might not be the trainer you thought they were. Because everything I'm talking about is what we learn in our training of being trainers. So, like I said, muscle building, curves, all that is done with weights. Can't do it doing all that hit all that hitting, all that jumping around and all that cardio running and treadmills and Stairmasters and stuff like that. That's for burning fat. Okay, so it's just different processes. All this depends what kind of goals that you want to do. And lastly, dial in your nutrition. Dialing in your nutrition is so important when it comes to your fitness journey. Find out what your daily caloric intake is. Find out where your macros need to be. Once again, if you're trying to burn muscle, if you're trying to put on muscle, you need a higher protein diet. If you're trying to build more endurance, you want to have more carbs in your diet. It just depends on what you want to do, depending on what your goals are. But just know that it's going to be a different journey if your nutrition is not dialed in. You got to dial in that nutrition. Find out what foods that you like. Find out how much protein they have in them, how much carbs they have in them. Find out your BMR. And once you get all the information, then you'll be able to find out what's a good range for you on your daily macros. And another thing, even when you find that number out or your perceived number, everything's gonna always take tweaks. I am the tweak master. Like I'll watch something for 2 weeks, with chart. That's another thing. That's a whole nother video. But you want to chart too. You want to chart your progress. Journal, chart, whatever word you want to use. You got to chart so you can kind of see where you was at. I weighed this. This is what my body fat was. This is what my BMI was. So you can see what's working, what's not working. And after about 2 weeks, we'll start to see a pattern. And once things start to deviate from that pattern, we make tweaks to it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. This slowing down, so let's take this away and do this right here. Throw something different at the body, shock the body. Just do something a little bit different. You don't always have to be a big tweak, but sometimes little tweaks can have a big impact. So I know I'm kind of getting off into something else now, but that's still dealing with nutrition on how to optimize and revive, charge that battery on your fitness journey and keep it moving. I hope this video was helpful to you. And once again, guys, if you need my help in training or anything else and you're located in the Tri-City area, make sure you come visit me at 4701 Buena Vista Road. If you're not here in Columbus and you're somewhere else in the world or another city, another state, you can always reach me virtually. So just DM me and say, put me in the game, coach. And I will get right with you ASAP to help you start you on your virtual journey, with the GOAT coach, Coach T Flo. All right, guys. Happy weekend. Be safe out there and dial those back rows.